Hey there, today we're diving into the fascinating world of brain chemistry and how it keeps us alert, happy, and sometimes a little jittery. Let's start with caffeine, that beloved pick-me-up. It's actually an adenosine antagonist, meaning it blocks adenosine receptors in your brain. Now, adenosine usually acts like a sleepy signal, binding to its receptors to make you feel relaxed or even sleepy. But when caffeine steps in, it prevents adenosine from doing this thing, leading to increased alertness and a boost in cognition. Speaking of receptors, adenosine has several types, including the A2A receptor, which is especially interesting because it forms heteroimers. Think of them as molecular handshake partners with dopamine receptors. These receptor partnerships, or heteroimers, are part of the intricate dance that regulate dopamine signaling, crucial for mood, motivation, and movement. Now, dopamine is another superstar in this story. It's produced in an area like the substantia nigra pars compacta and the striatum, including the conduit, putamen, and nucleus accumbens. It's responsible for our feelings of pleasure or reward, but also plays a role in motor control and cognition. When dopamine levels are balanced, what science calls dopamine homeostasis, things run smoothly. But when there's dopamine depletion, like in Parkinson's disease, movement and mood can take a hit. Interestingly, the brain's dopamine system is tightly regulated through processes like dopamine reuptake, which clears dopamine from the synapse, and enzymes like tyrosine hydroxylase, which helps reduce dopamine from precursors. Proper dopamine signaling influences everything from spatial cognition and executive function to information processing. Now, some medications target these pathways. For example, tetrabenazine reduces dopamine release, helping with movement disorders. Estradiol and theophylline are other drugs that interact with adenosine receptors, allowing dopaminergic activity, and drugs like trimethylxanthine, the chemical name for caffeine, are classic adenosine antagonists that boost alertness. Moving beyond alertness, let's touch on mood and mental health. Serotonin is another key neurotransmitter involved in regulating mood, and imbalances can lead to depression or anxiety disorder. Interestingly, hypoxia, meaning low oxygen levels, such as in hypobaric hypoxia experienced at high altitudes, can impact these neurotransmitter systems, sometimes causing mood disturbances or cognitive impairments. Speaking of hypoxia, chronic hydrobaric hypoxia can also affect respiratory function and aerobic metabolism, which are vital for brain health. And in some cases, the brain's immune systems are studied using techniques like immunofluorescence to understand neuroprotection and inflammation. Finally, there's a whole network of interactions involving neurochemicals like hydroxythalonic acid and melanophrin, which play roles in neuroprotection and stress response. All these pieces come together in a complex puzzle that keeps our brain functioning, from processing information and making decisions to controlling movement and mood. So next time you sip your coffee or feel that rush of adrenaline, remember you're tapping into a finely tuned system of receptors, neurotransmitters, and molecular interactions that make you uniquely bright, alert, and ready to take on the world.